June the 18th, Friday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Here I am, meteorologist Matthew East, as we are heading into the Father's Day weekend this weekend. And after another day today with lower levels of humidity in a lot of spots, we're going to be cranking back up the heat and the humidity across the region as this Father's Day weekend unfolds. Now, yesterday we did wind up with a handful of showers and storms near the North and South Carolina border region. Cleveland, Gaston, parts of Mecklenburg, Union County saw a few thunderstorms over toward the Wilmington area as well. But the Triad area, the Raleigh area, the mountains generally had a dry day yesterday. Great looking shot this morning from the Avalon Pier web camera at 5 minutes after 5 o'clock in the eastern horizon there over the Atlantic brightening as we're approaching sunrise. Had a pretty violent severe weather outbreak yesterday in North Dakota, Minnesota, into Iowa. In fact, 62 tornadic reports. And then just your normal scattered afternoon type of wind damage reports through parts of the Tennessee Valley and even one there in Union County in North Carolina, a couple in the upstate of South Carolina. This morning, the radar very quiet for most of the eastern part of the country. There's still a couple of isolated storms during the 5 a.m. hour in parts of extreme eastern South Carolina. What's left of the big tornadic and severe weather outbreak in the Midwest is a broken line of storms around Lake Michigan into parts of Illinois. There's your current watch, warning, and advisory situation. These pink counties around Memphis and Tupelo and New Orleans and Biloxi, those are heat advisories. Those areas could wind up with heat indices over 105, even over 110 degrees at times today. Here in the Carolinas, especially North Carolina, we get another day with some lower humidity levels. Here's the dew point temperature map, and this is the 65 degree. Didn't draw that correctly at all. Let me try that again. This is the 65 degree dew point temperature line right there. There's the 60 degree dew point temperature line. So another day today with lower humidity levels, but we're going to get these southwest winds cranking over the weekend. That's going to bring right back in that muggier air. Here's the upper air pattern today. Notice pretty much the westerly is well off to our north. That's why all the concentrated severe weather outbreaks are well off to our north. And let me scoot ahead in time. This is all the way out Tuesday of next week. And notice a big 594 decameter ridge across the southern tier of the United States. And that is certainly indicating some heat and humidity that we'll be dealing with. So let's go on out now to the modeling. This is a look at this afternoon. And the same regions that saw an isolated storm yesterday could wind up with an isolated storm today, but the majority of us staying dry. Saturday, tomorrow, the heat begins to crank a little bit. It gets a little muggier. After highs today in the upper 80s to around 90, probably lower 90s everywhere tomorrow and a little bit more humid. And as that humidity comes back tomorrow and on Father's Day, there'll be the chance for at least a few isolated afternoon thunderstorms anywhere across the region, but they'll be few and far between. Most sites on any of those given weekend days will probably stay dry, and it really begins to get a little hotter there on Father's Day, Sunday. Highs probably mid-90s in a lot of spots Sunday and Monday and Tuesday as well. And as we get into Monday, I wanted to show you this. This is Sunday evening. A weakening front drops in. The GFS does print out a few of those isolated storms. All right, there's Monday. There is Tuesday, and notice those 850 millibar temperatures staying up around 20 degrees Celsius or so. That normally translates into a lot of times mid-90s for highs, and that's probably what we're going to see there as we go to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. Some indication that we'll see the heat back off a bit as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Not much. We're probably talking lower 90s by that point in time, but still pretty hot, pretty humid for a good chunk of next week, but each day featuring the chance of a few afternoon storms. Quick peek at the tropics here. There's our little tropical wave that spreading on into the Lesser Antilles today. Some squally weather there for a lot of the Lesser Antilles and eventually Puerto Rico. But still some very, very hostile upper-level winds affecting that system, so the overall prospects of that developing, at least in the short term, remain very small. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great Father's Day weekend. New edition of the video posted Monday morning. Have a great weekend, and God bless.